World Juniors are back. As I said, it was kind of weird to be driving around and there goes the Team Finland bus and you're seeing all these different things going on. But there's a lot to watch at this juniors, and we'll start with the Maple Leafs. There's only 3 draft picks for the Maple Leafs that are playing, but there's a lot of players that are draft eligible that could be Leafs coming up. So let's start with Leafs perspectives. Alex, I know you wrote an article about the Leafs guys that are at the juniors, so let's start with you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously the Leafs prospects are split between Team Finland and Team USA. And for those that aren't aware, the Leafs will have Roni Hirvonen, who will be serving as Finland's team captain this year. He scored a couple of pretty big goals for Finland at last year's tournament. He is going to be back. Same with Topi Niemela. He was the defenseman of the tournament last year. And I'm more excited to watch him than any of the other prospects because, like I said, he was defenseman of the tournament. He finished with 8 points in 7 games. And so the fact that he's coming back for another year leaves me wondering how much he can improve on last season. I think he's going to be the quarterback on a Finland defensive core that's pretty inexperienced this year. And I think that's going to leave a lot of room for him to really impress and show the Leafs what he's made of once again. And then obviously looking at the United States, Matthew Knies is going to be a big part of Team USA's forward group this year. I believe based on what I saw in training camp, he's been playing in the top 6. So he's likely going to get a lot of looks. For those that don't know, what I've seen from Knies' game, he reminds me a lot of a Zach Hyman with a better shot. He's got the same sort of relentless workhorse play style. He'll go into the dirty areas. He'll get in front of the net, but he's also got a really good shot. So I think he's got a lot going for him, and he's going to be an exciting name to keep an eye on at the tournament this year for sure.
Yeah, we've liked Knies since he was drafted. And, this is what happens. There's a lot of players out there playing, and we don't pay attention to them until they're drafted. And then it's like, who are we talking about? That was kind of Matthew Knies. He was a higher prospect and then went nowhere because of his bad season last season to start. And he was coming off of COVID and all those things. So he dropped off the radar completely. Leafs steal him in a second round. And I watched his game against Finland. He is strong on the puck. I don't know how defenders can play him. He's in the corners strong. He's got such a huge reach that if he's got his back turned to a defender and the puck out, you've got no chance of getting that puck. And you just see him back and forth. Like he's a talented player. And I think that's going to turn into the steal of that draft for Toronto. Peter, what are you looking at for those 3 guys?
Yeah, definitely Roni Hirvonen is going to take a big step. He's the captain of this team right now. Especially he's going to be one of the many players on the team leading the offense, knowing that Atu Ratu is now out, or he was initially added to the roster, but he was tested positive for COVID, so he couldn't be able to play. But Hirvonen, along with the supporting cast of Samuel Helenius, Ravi Järventie, Oliver Kapanen, and especially Ville Koivunen, who I was really high on as a second-round pick for the Maple Leafs, who was drafted just before Matthew Knies, I believe. Those are some names to keep an eye on for Finland, but also just Hirvonen in general. His shot is just absolutely insane. That game-winning goal against the U.S. in overtime on that 5-minute major went opposite corner, in and out in a snap or in a flash, and that was just absolutely amazing to see because smaller guy, but he's got good puck protection skills, really good speed, good hands, but his shot is very. I mean, it wasn't his greatest asset. They would have liked to see him shoot a little bit more, and he is right now. It's just maybe he's not getting the best puck luck in the Liga, but he does have good power behind it, good accuracy, and if he just needs to utilize that a little bit more, like we saw in that game, then he's going to have a really great standout tournament. And he had one last year, but I think this one is going to be really bigger. Is going to be on a bigger grand scheme of things or bigger picture for him.
Hirvonen looks bigger this year. And he that C fits him really well. And that, like you're saying, you both said that shot. He looks great. And